Hi everyone, the cards are all different, mixed, and good to go. I'm going to teach you how to do this flourish shuffle that I use all the time. I will discuss my thoughts on flourishes, where I learned to do this specific flourish, why I do it, and then I'll go over my thoughts on tutorials. Stick around to the end, I'm going to give some pro tips on this shuffle. Also, I have some incredible celebrity footage coming. Make sure you click on that red subscribe and also on that notification button so you know exactly when I release it. Let me discuss my thoughts on flourishes in general. I think they're amazing. If you watch me perform, I try to mix in flourishes with my card magic. I consider myself pretty basic when it comes to different flourishes. Some of the cardistry I see is absolutely amazing, and truthfully, if I could do it, I would definitely do it. The one thing I have found is most guys who are incredible with the flourishes lack in the area of sleight of hand card magic. And to be perfectly honest with you, if I had to choose one of them, I'd rather be good with sleight of hand card magic than with the flourishes. How I originally learned this move was as a one-handed shuffle. So I'd shuffle the cards in one-handed, and then I'd come up, cascade them as a revelation of the spectator's card. And I used that for a while. It looks really good. For me, the one-hand shuffle is just not reliable, depending on the deck, depending on the conditions of my hands. And when I'm out there performing, I need a move to work every time that I perform it. So I really don't do that move much anymore. Then I saw a guy doing the Cascade Shuffle. I don't even remember his name or where I saw it, and I liked it. So why do I do it? I do it for a couple reasons. First off, it does genuinely shuffle the deck. And when you're going into a set of card magic, people always want to make sure the deck is shuffled. Second thing is it really establishes you as a card handler or a card magician, somebody who's not just going to show them the trick they saw their uncle do. It's a nice move, it's impressive, people like to see it. So right before I start a set, if you watch my videos, I always do it. The request I get most often is for tutorials. And if you follow my channel at all, you know that each and every time I always say there are no tutorials on this channel. Let me give you the reasons why. Most of the material is not mine. I do always try to add a little touch, a little change to each trick or move to cater it to my hands and to what works best for me. Yet bottom line, it's not my material to teach. All the guys that are teaching these tricks and stuff, it's not their material to teach. Just because you credit the creator of the move or trick, it doesn't make it okay to teach it. YouTube is a public forum available to everyone. You might be a magician, I'm not saying you're not, yet anyone with a smartphone has access to all the material. In my opinion, learning should be modular. You should start with the basics, get good at those, and proceed from there. Nowadays, guys learn the most difficult sleight of hand card magic first. There are tricks that I perform now that took me over 5 years to perfect. Not just the moves, the confidence, and the ability to do it for people in real time. Some people take it so personally. If you were to get together with me, and you're a magician, and you did some stuff for me, I would exchange ideas with you. I love that. So why am I teaching this move? Well, I'm going to tell you a story about one of my idols in magic, Vernon. He got together with this guy one time and wanted to learn a trick. That's what he used to do. He would seek out other magicians and gamblers to learn their stuff. What he would do is trade ideas. So the guy was doing the one-hand shuffle. And Vernon did not want to learn the one-hand shuffle. The guy kept saying, I'll teach it to you. And here's what he told the guy. He said, look, I know how you do it. He's like, I couldn't do it. I know it would take me a little while of practice, yet I see how you do it. And that's why I'm going to teach this Cascade Shuffle. It's not a secret. Anybody could learn this. I'm going to go over the specifics of it. And if you spend enough time, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe it'll take you a month. If you spend enough time, you could do it too. All right, let's get into it. If you see me looking away from the camera, I'm looking at the screen just to make sure that it's crystal clear so you can really learn this move. Okay, your deck you want to bring up in your hand like this, and you're going to execute now what's called the Pharaoh or the Weave Shuffle. So you break the deck, I'd say about halfway. You lift off about half the deck, and I keep everything really tight. Look at the grip. You see how I'm completely on all sides? I'm kind of squeezing so that deck stays squared up, tight together. Same thing with this half. Everything stays tight together. Now you're going to weave these halves together. You don't want to weave the whole side. You want to weave just the very corner. And right before the weave, if you watch, you'll always see me do this. I give one of those. That really makes sure it's squared and tight and ready to go. So I'm going to hold it like this. I think it's the best angle for you to see it. And it's just the corners. You know what? I'm going to give an over the shoulder for this. If you press up with the pinky and down with this first finger, you create a little bit of tension. And when I do that, I create the tension and I just kind of massage it. It just shuffles right in. Once you're here, you're home free. Let me turn and show you what to do next. You're going to pivot, they're still shuffled, pivot the halves into each other like this, okay? So now you're going to, this is the grip with the right hand, or the opposite hand. You're going to go like this, and you're gonna lay, and I'm gonna hold it like this, you're gonna lay this right on top of that. So when you lay this right on top of that, you put your hand underneath and let it rip. What I would recommend is take it slow. You could get, of course, like any card flourish, you could get more distance the better you get. If you take the time to practice it, you will learn it, and you will have a really nice shuffle that can be used for card magic. It could be used at your poker game. It's just a really impressive shuffle that's a lot of fun to do. Let me give you a pro tip for this move. So when I break the deck in half, I want to lift off a little less. I'm gonna exaggerate it here. I want to lift off a little less than half the deck, okay? And here's why. When you weave it in, let me turn, you want to weave that top half in the middle. And here's the reason why. When you turn it, if it's weaved in like that and you let go, the cards won't fall. You see, because you're holding this half, it's keeping it there. And the front of it, I'm gonna show you for a sec, this top card, my pinky is keeping it there. So that's the nice tip about this. So you could do this and then immediately you go into it. Yeah, let me show you that one more time and why it's a really important tip. So if I break it and I shuffle it in the center, and I have to let go with this hand to get into this grip. And shuffling it like that allows me to hold it one-handed. You'll see when you play with it what I mean. That tip will save you a lot of cards on the floor. We are all entitled to our opinions about tutorials. What do you think of my reasoning? Leave some comments, I'd love to hear. Make sure to click on that red subscribe for more mind-blowing magic.